I started by removing the 36mm centre nut and then cracking the wheel nuts off while the van was still on the ground. Once I'd done that, I jacked the van up and secured it on an axle stand. I removed the centre spline, then squirted everything with penetrating oil. The holes in the centre of the hub are there so you can force a long torx T50 socket into them to release the hub. After I inserted the torx T50, I tapped each one in with a hammer to make sure it was inserted, because I didn't want it to round off. If it had rounded off, I'd have been in for a world of pain. I loosened the 5 13mm studs, but I didn't remove them. I then removed the bottom caliper bolt, but just loosened the top. I found it easier to force the pistons back now while we've still got the old disc in, safe causing any damage to the new disc. And it would be easier for reassembly later. The pads and discs were well overdue. I then had to remove the large bolts that had the caliper carrier on. You don't have to grind the ends down, it just makes it a little bit easier when you're putting them in. Insert the bolts, triangular fashion, into the holes where the torx T50s come from. This is how you're going to force the hub out. Line the bolts up with the back of the disc, then start tightening them up evenly. Just keep tightening them up evenly and you'll be able to see the hub come away from the hub carrier. So then I could remove the 13mm studs, then place the hub on a piece of wood and knock the disc off. Right, back in the workshop. We need to make sure that this face has got no fash, so it sits inside the bearing carrier nice and snug. So we need to clean all that up. On your 13mm studs, I'm going to rub some copper grease around them. I didn't worry about tightening them up just yet. I'll tighten them up when they're back on the van. I gave the bearing carrier a good wire brush just to clean any rubbish off. I gave the caliper carrier a good clean with some brake cleaner. I mounted the caliper back on, and then I gave the disc a good spray with brake cleaner to remove any oil and grease and cutting compound. I put some copper grease onto the back of the pads. I always remember an old saying, a little bit'll do you and a dollop will screw you. You should really torque everything down to the correct torque wrench settings. Unfortunately my torque wrench is knackered, so I'll have to do with a bar. I got my wife to press the brake pedal for me so I could tighten the 13mm studs. I hope this has been of help to somebody. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.